is on its way to a constitutional convention. Right now, I have no idea if Sean is here or not. I've given up trying to differentiate between his shag and the average mossy outcropping or recently shampooed pooch. Sean, if you are here, please give us a sign, because none of us can even find you anymore beneath all of that stuff. But, like Einstein, we, your adoring public, accept your unconventions, your idiosyncratic aesthetics, and place our trust in that superior brain we still hope is buried somewhere beneath those locks. We keep the faith because Sean's poetry, self-referential, conjuring, containing commentary about the nature of poetics, transforms the world around us. Like Einstein's ability to envision formula and theorems in the very air around him, Sean's poetry possesses. It is in his silences, his images, and the highly meditative quality of his verse where his readers are invited to consider the constraints of the possible and make their world anew. Please help me welcome our resident expert in relativity, Sean Beld.
I didn't see that coming. Thank you very much. Before anything else, I'd like to offer a deep bow of gratitude to a person who has helped us poets along so much the past 2 years. And not only has she fulfilled her role as professor, poet, and director of the MFA program, she has also been, at times, a therapist, all of the time a friend, and dare I say, a spiritual advisor. So I'd like to thank Karen Holmberg. So now I decided to read a few poems, some new, some more revised, but it's more fun to read newer stuff, so we'll see what happens. So this first poem is called Last Notes of a Dying Tree. Tonight, the last of the leaves on the fruitless apple tree outside my window truly believe they can make music. Flutter, spin, rest, flutter. Each one tries to get a note in edgewise as the tree becomes maniacal wind chime. Then silence, stillness. The wind stutters. The heart, I think, is a lonely forest, hint of a translation, nearly silent. And grief is like rain on fallow land, sublime necessity, like a pile of matchsticks on an unreadable map. The tree's symphony takes a semi-break, and I catch a glimpse of a dumb, translucent face, its gaze caught between two worlds, one of silence, one of something even less. Fear. Beneath a full moon with nothing to say, I've caged many animals in your name, each its own way of breaking free. The moon continues to empty, continues to fill. It will not be heard. Its colors, shades the earth casts off, like dreams upon waking. No seasons, they say, without the world of substance. Face down, you continue to glow. So this next poem is a little bit longer one that is fresh off the press, so we'll see. This is called The Final Curse. You have no doubt that we are embedded in the world around us, and that there is no pleasing it. Yet words, says Hirschfeld, are not the end of thought. They are where it begins. The window of clouds will not beg your gaze, nor rhythms of cicadas make believers of your ears. No thrashing of suns in the night sky will ever shred the darkness. You've read of bodies craving amputation, and that the mind is but a stone, cracked and hollow, wishing it was a soul, believing only in itself. You've heard that nature makes a meal out of faith, and when the storm dies, the power will still be out. You were taught not to believe in immortality, but to think of it like the movement of your eyes, or time, capable only of description, of existence through metaphor. That the eye is more than mere grammatical gesture. You tell yourself this as if it needed learning, that the place we say contains the mind is a borderland, room to many absences, stretching like the skin of a balloon with each inhaled thought. You tell yourself because you believe you will listen, the way you listen to a passing train, or to the wind and hear only departure, notes and rests and harmonies that settle on the windowsill, or the empty ashtray, or are lost forever as one long absence becomes another. Your father, your mother, your brothers, your sisters, your long-lost lover. By the time you learn who they are, they have entered the past tense. Out the window, over a rising and disappearing curl of steam, you place these people's names. You attach them to the long, last stretched note of the train. And as you release the breath, between the liquids, the palatals, the affricates, you lash the meaning of these names to the sounds themselves, and become content to live in a halfway home where the language of memory is pidgin. I'm going to skip this one. So this is an older poem. It's kind of these last couple poems are about poetry. It's kind of an ars poetica. This is called After Eden. Music that grieves for no one, bone cold, steady and calm over still water, whistling against the elm and dying unheard, without harmony. Impalpable flame, Lorca's Savia Entrañable, Whitman's perfume, water and merit. Each squall takes a separate name, and the world becomes less and less difficult to call a home. Bones half full of laughter, voices no more than pieces of string, veins of leaves relinquished to autumn's long-form rot. A polymodal melody withstood only by the drum and hum of cupidity in the waste. Breath calling home, cracking inconsolable lips, venturing to the edge of song like scouts, waiting for the darkest, most silent hour when life is most like death, and death is most like song. So this poem is also brand new. I don't think anyone else in workshop or anyone has read it. I've barely read it. And I don't even have a title, so I just did what all poets do when they have a title. I just titled it the first line of the poem. So it's called I Walk a Cold Street, Still Learning. I walk a cold street, still learning after all these years how to be alone. Steam rises from the frozen river of asphalt. After the afternoon downpour, the petrichor like a long-awaited journey. I find myself back at my desk, rehearsing for the day's solitude, fingering the notes, the comma's slipped disc, the sentence too painful to stand on its own. That part of poetry's body that is only necessary in its sleek meander, the invisibly raised vestigial thumb of tail, the hidden sac waiting to burst through its form. I have come to understand the pain of pain is its manyness. Sometimes the Golden Gate Bridge slipped through the eye of a needle. Sometimes the needle and nothing else. No blood drawn, no drug administered. How clinical the sound. And yet the monosyllabic drawl has no sister, Gorgon, Hydra, Typhon. Its death, only its reflection in another. And then one last poem. This is called Where to Start. Start with the frost, like a second set of thorns, magnetic white on the rosebush leaves. Start with the sound of ice beneath your boots, lime green salt. Not a single bird, too early or too late. Start with early thoughts, like God is a lonely peacock who cannot read. Start when the giant scare quotes are still missing their heart, before the words begin their long thaw, and the birds are still theoretical, and the math of this existence is still chalk dust hanging in the air. Thank you.